So Miro brought me to another place where I had to pay a lot of money for a pizza.
Okay. So
We're sitting down.
this is going to be 2 podcasts in a row of $35 pizzas.
It was 20.
First slice. Keep going.
Miro paid.
Okay, rich.
So the tables is like one person on one side, one person on another. Like it's only a 2-person table.
Right.
And there was just a bunch of them lined up like this, pretty close to each other. Not very COVID safe, but it is what it is. So we're sitting down.
Okay.
And this guy sits down next to us, and he's just doing his thing, like whoever it is.
Eating his pizza. Rich.
Yeah, eating whatever he's eating. And it looks like he's waiting for someone. And so this girl ends up coming down, sits next to him, whatever, or sits across from him. And she's talking, and then she mentions,
She mentioned me?
No, you probably don't know who this is, but anyone who watched this show knows who it is. I just never see anyone in LA, and I look over and I see the girl, but you know when like you look at someone but you don't really look at them, so I didn't really know who it was. I just looked real quick. Yeah. And then I end up, she's talking about something, and she goes, yeah, so we went to Camila Cabello's party yesterday, and I was like, okay, she's one of those. And she goes, yeah, and Kenzie did this, and I was like, Kenzie, and I look at her, it's Maddie Ziegler from Dance Moms, and stop, I was literally obsessed with that show, and Maddie, Kenzie, everyone, Nia, those are my girls, and I watch that show religiously growing up.
Some Dance Moms?
Yeah, you've never heard of that show?
I don't think so.
What?
I don't think
what?
So. So
Anyway.
they were sitting next to you at
just Maddie. She's like in the little girl in all the Sia music videos. She's doing her thing.
Interesting. Yeah, so this was your first like little Los Angeles, or not little, big, excuse me, big Los Angeles celebrity sighting.
Yeah, it's just funny because I probably see them all the time. Like I've heard that I've driven past Ryan Seacrest. Like my friend will be in the passenger. It's Ryan Seacrest.
Okay.
I've heard that we pass by people like whatever, and I don't see anyone. But because when I walk, I usually look down. When I do this, whatever. Anyway, we need to roll the intro because I'm talking to you.
Yeah, no, you're good. Let's go. Roll that intro. Roll that intro. Yeah. Okay. I am glad that we have one of those though.
An
for
intro
this podcast. It feels good. Like every time I hear it come on, I'm like. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, my dad was like, "Who made that?" And I was like, "Miles made the song, and then I made the graphics." And he was like, "He's like, it's catchy."
That's a real collaboration right there.
Yeah,
real collaboration. Shout out, Dad. Appreciate you. Oh, I should probably put my phone on silent also.
Quiet on set.
Sorry. 12th episode here.
Wow.
12th episode. I feel like there was some really exciting things that happened in the past week.
Really?
Yeah. Was there some exciting things that happened?
I don't know, but I have bullet points.
You got some bullet points? I know one thing though is Jake invited me to my first EDM festival.
Okay. I
got to experience one of those for the first time. I've been to Coachella. There's elements of Coachella that have like, different DJs or that kind of vibe. But never been to like an EDC or full on like, I mean, could you call it a rave? Maybe.
It's like a rave inspired festival.
Yeah, actually, I'm lying. I think I have been to one a long time ago in Sacramento.
Okay. So he's a liar.
It's been a minute. I think I'm getting old. I'm almost 30 years old. That feels crazy to say. I'm about to be I'm going to turn 30 years old next year.
That's exciting. So when we go out to eat, you can get like discounts.
30-year-old discounts?
Elder discounts.
Okay, I don't think it's that old. Okay. But like, trust me, when I'm like a senior citizen, I'm definitely going to go in and get some free pancakes when it's available. And so we got to do that for the first time, and it was really awesome. I wanted to see a DJ called Cashmere, who is Niles from the Cataracts. You remember the Cataracts, right?
I know it from you.
Okay, so you know it from me. But you listened to them back in the day, or no? That wasn't like a Lodi thing? I mean, you're 209, right?
Yes.
Dev was from the 209.
Oh, okay.
She's from Manteca. So it's like, I thought like it would have been, that would have been your thing. Okay, no, it's all good. So Kashmir DJs now, and he's got a cool sound, and I seen he was on the lineup. Dylan Francis, I'm aware of him, and then the guy that Jake wanted to see is called Subtronics, and it's really cool. I think that I definitely have some love for this genre because ever since I first started listening to Skrillex and was kind of like introduced to dubstep, I feel like a lot of their music will incorporate some sort of like hardcore, like metal drums, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they do these drops, some of them to me sound like breakdowns from like hardcore music that I used to listen to, right? Almost has that same energy. Some festivals, they even got mosh pits too, right? And so it's like they kind of cross paths a little bit on that aspect, which I think is really cool. And yeah, so we get to go to this, and man, I will tell you, let me tell you something. If I was to do this again, I will absolutely make sure I have the travel situation figured out. Okay.
Oh no.
I don't think Jake listens to the podcast, so he might not see this. He might not hear this. And Jake, if this ever gets back to you, just know that I had a good time. I really did. But the concert is probably 2.5 hours from here, maybe 2 hours, right? From distance from here to where it's at. And it's a Friday, Los Angeles, traffic, right? Some Friday, Los Angeles, traffic. Drop that intro. Okay, no. So I knew we had a long drive ahead of us. So I'm just like, it's cool. Jake was driving. I can't get that cranky. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good. He's gonna drive. I'll chill in the back. Maybe I'll fall asleep. It's cool. Sat through a lot of traffic. Probably from the moment that we got on the freeway here, almost all the way there. Okay, that's just what it is. We get into town. The town is kind of small in San Bernardino, and there's traffic just even trying to get around the town because it's like certain spots are blocked off to kind of like help push the traffic of the concert through, right? So we're sitting in a lot of traffic just trying to get to a parking spot, right? We find a parking spot that we think is actually close, like right next to the thing. All right, bet. Oh yeah, let's get this spot. $30? Okay, not that bad, but frick it.
Okay.
It could be worse.
Yeah. Could be 40.
That's true. It could be 40. And we only had $25. They still let us go.
Okay.
That was really nice of them to do that. So we park and we start walking. And there's a lot of people walking. So we got a little bit of traffic with that, right? And we're walking. And we're walking. And we got to walk a ways, right? And once I thought I was there, I wasn't. And we were walking, okay? We finally get to the entrance. I'm like, let's go. All right. Did the traffic here, did the traffic in town, traffic to, walk over here, right? I'm ready to turn up. So I pull out my email. I got my barcode on for the tickets. Oh, okay. This barcode actually you scan at will call to get your tickets. You need your tickets to get inside. Okay, hey, that's not a problem. Okay. We'll go to the will call. Let's look for the will call.
Okay.
Okay, hold on, wait. I'm sorry, what line is this for right here? This is to get in? Oh no, this is for will call. Holy frick. No, you're joking. This is the will call? Yeah, this is the will call line. Okay, hold on. I can't even see the will call counter from how long this line was, right? I'm like, holy frick. Okay, so after all that, to get to another line, I'm like, you know what?
Your story's not boring me.
No, trust me. Like, I might yawn too thinking about all this traffic and everything. And so I'm like, you know what? Okay, Jake, you guys stand in line. I'm going to try to go on the inside and see if this barcode will scan and work and we can just go right in, right? And I get over there. I get through one line and I'm like, hey, I got this barcode. Like, will this be able to get me in? She's like, oh, yeah, go to this the ticket help counter over there and then they can get your tickets for you and then you can get in. I'm like, all right, cool. And so I go over to that line. Lot shorter. I'm like, perfect.
Here we go.
I got this. I'm going to get these tickets. I'm going to have Jake come over here and then we'll get going, right? So I call Jake. I'm like, hey, I just got in this line. I'm going to let you know. I'm going to get the tickets and then I'll let you know how to get in here. So that line ends up not moving at all.
Yeah.
It probably would take a lot longer to get through that smaller line than it would to wait in the bigger one, right? And yeah, I probably sat there for like 20 minutes and didn't move up one person.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, holy frick, okay. I went back, linked up with them. They were a lot further down the line, and then we were just like, oh, we're in it now, right? And so finally get through that, got our wristbands, and then we got to go inside for the first time. I think from the moment we left our house was 4:30, 4:15, and we got inside finally at 9:15.
Holy frick.
So about a 5-hour little situation there,
Yeah.
kind of, of like some lines and traffic. And so I think if I was to ever do it again, I would just figure that part out. And I think that just comes with first time going to this festival. It was called Beyond Wonderland.
Was it worth it?
I think it was really cool. Yeah.
Okay.
I did end up having a good time once I had some food. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but like there are times when okay, first of all, I apologize. But yeah, there are some times where I might be able.
Did you only eat once today?
I did. Yeah. It's been a busy day.
You gonna?
What?
Well, because that's why I said I was like, oh, like is it? I was like, we can start recording at 7, or I'll come over with food at 7. But if you want to eat dinner earlier, we can.
I know. And then
when
didn't
you
work out.
said the thing about being hungry, I was like, oh, he's probably gonna eat right now, like lunch.
And you know what I did?
What?
I got a milk tea. And that probably was the worst decision that I've made in the past couple months. So
from where?
I'm still feeling jacked up off of that.
From where?
Empty stomach milk tea from Boba Time.
Okay.
That's been my spot.
Boba Time's good.
I like it over there.
Their smoothies.
Haven't tried it yet, but I know you would know. So I from time to time may get a little cranky if I haven't had anything to eat. I start getting hungry. I might get a little cranky, right? And so we got in there, and I was like, "Yeah, let's check out, see what's going on with these groceries over here." And they had some they had some Nashville hot chicken tenders, right? I'm thinking like, okay, frick, I'm gonna go to a festival. I'm gonna get some $15 chicken tenders. I think they're gonna be mid. Like chicken tenders at festivals for the majority of the time are just like whatever, right? And
you can't go wrong though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I'll dip it in some ketchup or ranch or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I can make it taste good, right?
Yeah.
And these were actually fire.
Okay.
I didn't even dip them in anything, and they were amazing. And so I was completely blown away. Like the drops and everything were really cool at the show, but those chicken tenders were something different.
Was it like a place?
Maybe.
Like, you know how like it could be a place and then it just has like a
set up.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And you didn't care to write it down?
I didn't care to write it down.
They weren't that good then.
Oh no, they were amazing. I think I was so shook. I was just like, damn, this is lit.
Fantasy by Mariah Carey plays in the background.
Exactly. Oh, we're gonna get to that. That's a good one we can go over too. And so once I had something to eat, I was like, all right, now I'm ready. I'm ready to do this festival thing. I'm going to be honest. I thought about breaking my streak. You know how I'm going on trying to do a year without drinking alcohol, right?
I don't even want to hear that from you anymore.
You don't want to hear that?
That
I almost did?
Yeah. It's like
it's like it get your hopes up or something?
No, no.
Or you're like, no, you're not even going to do it.
No, it makes me upset.
In what way?
Because it's like, just last. Like,
just take it there?
Just do it. No, like, don't. Like, I don't know.
Because I thought you were the one that was ready for me to start drinking again.
No, I say that because I think I'm going to like,
I see.
What's it called? Because I'm going to be like, oh.
So deep down, you really do want to see me go?
Yes. No, because I don't think you can.
Right. Okay.
And so I want you to, because that'd be a great accomplishment.
So this, I think, was the first time that I was like, maybe it was because of that long day already. I was like, you know what? I'm ready to I'm ready to crack a cold brewski right now. You know what I'm saying? But like also just that type of environment made me feel like, if I was a little buzzed right now, I might enjoy this a little bit more, right? Almost. Then I ended up not doing it. Just got me some water, played it down, and
You didn't do it?
I didn't do it. I promise. We got inside. Cashmere's about to go on. I got my spicy chicken tenders just settling well. I got me a cold water.
Settling well.
Yeah, amazing. See, that's another thing too.
It was only up from there.
Exactly. The DJ just ended before Cashmere. A lot of people are, rotating out, maybe do another stage. And so me and Booty were there, and we got to go pretty close to the front.
Yeah.
Definitely enough to be like in the mix.
Yeah.
Right? We were in there.
Yeah.
And he had a great set. This is my first time seeing him as Cashmere.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, turned up for sure. There's definitely a couple of songs that he had in there where they were in like some Bay Area tempo too. That was kind of cool. Yeah, he did his thing. There was another DJ after him called Keizo that was really cool that I had never heard of. And we saw Dylan Francis.
Ooh.
And we left before his set was over to go to the other stage. And I saw he posted a TikTok of like doing the Rick and Morty from that show.
Oh, I did see that.
That was clean, and we missed it.
Yeah.
Okay. I definitely would have sneezed in the crowd if that happened. That would have been some good content. But yeah, it was really tight. I'm a big people watcher, especially at like things like this, and so it was just cool to get to check out and see this different world. I definitely wasn't like I'm not very familiar with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I love the
it was out of your comfort zone.
the trading of
the bracelet things?
Yeah, I love seeing that. That was
Yeah.
really cool. And yeah, for the most part, like a lot of really nice people over there. You know what I'm saying? And
I love that.
Jake had a great time. That's like his thing, and so just seeing him have fun was really cool too.
Mhm.
And yeah, that was my Beyond Wonderland experience. I'll definitely figure the travel situation out next time. If we end up going again.
Yeah.
For sure. And maybe any concert that I go to or festival in the future, you know what I'm saying? Like,
To plan.
yeah, just plan, those things might be better to make plans on. But yeah, no, it was crazy. But what were you up to this past week? Besides eating $35 slices of pizza.
What did I do? It's nothing big happened. Like, so Destiny released a song. Woo.
Damn, that's not big?
No, it is, but like nothing happened.
Hey, Destiny, you heard that, right? Nah, that was a big song.
It is. It's a great song, and
Jeez.
we had a great night, but like nothing huge happened. They played it at the restaurant. Miro got it to play because he works there.
That's fire.
Yeah, but like it's not an interesting story. It just happened. Like,
Damn. All right. Well, hey, shout out Destiny Rogers. Definitely go stream that new Simon Say. I think this is a big thing.
it's huge.
Just so you know, Destiny, if you're watching this,
Frick
my
you.
friend,
Whoa,
my friend
no.
Destiny. All right.
Whose +1 are you?
No, who's +1 are you?
I'm taking Snoop Dogg. Anyway, okay. I have something on here that I
Yes.
want to talk about. I want to know your opinion on it.
Talk to me.
Okay, so the Jonas Brothers.
Okay.
okay.
Jonas Brothers. Big fan.
So, Nick Jonas hasn't been singing Red Dress.
Okay.
Okay. So, everyone thinks it's like because he's embarrassed. Would that be an embarrassing thing to you? Like, because you know how he does the like
He
little
like-
run?
Okay, yeah. So for anybody that doesn't know, there's a part in a song that the Jonas Brothers have where this is like Nick's moment. He goes in and hits like some crazy like
Yeah.
runs or like he yells it out.
Yeah.
And it's specifically these lyrics, red dress. But it's like known. People are like waiting for it.
They're ready
expecting
for it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I see a lot of TikToks that are like, look, like he's not doing it. He's embarrassed. He hates it now. Like y'all made it a big deal and now he doesn't want to do it, all this stuff. And
Yeah,
he
yeah.
doesn't do it.
Okay.
Like he
yeah.
does not do it at concerts.
So
but-
how many? He's had 3 concerts so far.
No,
Coming
even
back.
the last tour.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Like it's been a thing
Yeah,
for like
so
years.
does the crowd just sing it?
Yeah, okay, see that's my point. Is I watched a TikTok and it looks like he's enjoying the crowd singing it.
Okay. So maybe it's that.
Yeah, but what are your thoughts? Do you think that, like, as an artist, would that be an embarrassing thing? Cause I have seen a lot of TikToks like making fun of it, but it's almost an unmake funnable thing. So then it's not really that bad. Like, it's if someone's like has really nice hair and you're like, when you have nice hair, like, I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's like the run is really good. And so it's like he goes off on that moment. And so the TikToks are always like no one and then Nick Jonas.
Just like singing his heart out.
Yeah, but I don't know. I take it as a compliment.
I think, I would lean more towards it being like he enjoys like that moment for the crowd. Cause like that's the part they're going to turn up on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe he's just kind of like letting them
Why
do
do you
their thing.
have it in the middle?
It ended up being like that. And then I started putting my feet on it.
Sorry.
But yeah, so I would lean more towards it being that. I don't know, unless something happened and you was just like, yeah, that was the old me. I'm not even gonna do that anymore.
This is stressing me out.
You know what I mean? Here, I got you.
Yeah.
Um,
It's because you look okay. For context, there's a screen in the middle of us, and Miles look like what show is that where it only shows like
the neighbor?
The neighbor only.
was it Home Improvement or something like that?
No. Okay, Home Improvement was, I think, the show in the show. He was on the show called Home Improvement. But what was the show called?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like the name had Home Improvement in it though.
Oh, maybe it was his name, Home Improvement. Oh my God, it's like at the tip of my
we got to
tongue.
see that.
Anyway,
Somebody's got to comment.
Yeah. You look like the neighbor, so it's freaking me out.
Oh yeah, because the screen was like
just
right
your
up
eyes.
to my eyes. Yeah, no, it's good. I was thugging it out. I was just trying to be like, hey, it is what it is.
I was trying to, and then I kept laughing.
No, it's all good. Yeah, somebody please comment when you guys figure out what that is. If you can help us, we'll look after it too.
Yeah. Another thing I have in my notes is I was watching Kristen McAtee and her friends podcast. It's a really cool podcast. I think it's called All Advice. I don't know, but I was
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I was watching it. It's just been a cool podcast to like listen to and watch and stuff like that. But I had it on while I was getting ready today, and they made a really good point, and I feel like you might be interested in to talk about this. But they were basically talking about how we're in the first generation ever, like specifically like maybe like a few years older than you and to babies now.
Yeah.
That generation is the first generation where our kids have the ability to know who we were. If that makes sense. For instance, like I genuinely don't know my mom's personality when she was 16.
Because there's no video.
Yeah, or like even the full length things, like they were talking about how they have their podcast, and so they made the whole episode talking to their future kids.
Oh, I got
to
you.
look back on. But it's like we're in a time where like so much of our and obviously it's like all of it's not real life, but like so much of our personality and like what we're about is presented online, and so like that's crazy to think about because like you really don't like. As much as you know your parents, you don't at the same time. Like you were only a part of their life, even though they're your whole life. You were only a part of their life for a certain amount of time, whereas like they had a whole nother life before you.
Now, the other thing too is like even now. So if like you have a kid right now, there's gonna be moments that are filmed of that baby all the way up until they're a grown adult, right? So you'll be able to kind of like see almost every step with the real, high quality video for the most part, because majority of people have phones now. But like even for myself, there's probably a lot of my earlier years that don't have any video or anything. Maybe pictures, you know what I mean? But like when I was young, I don't think we really had any videos from like preschool or anything. Yeah. But like, I guess like this part of it, obviously we got a ton of videos for, which will be cool. Like, I never really thought about that, to like, be able to kind of like go back and look at it.
Your kids can live through your whole like
and see exactly what you were like
Kaylin and Miles' face, and just like live through that. Like that's like our kids are literally gonna know us on such a bigger basis than just like I'm your parent and like this is how it is.
Because imagine like being able to go back and see like a video or multiple videos of your dad like
Yeah.
vlogging into a camera or something in
Yeah.
the 70s,
Yeah.
70s, 80s for your dad?
70s.
Probably like 70s, right? And just to see what he was like as a teen or something, you know, in high school would be crazy, right?
That seems insane. Because I genuinely, can you say like what personality your parents had at 15?
I mean, just from the stories.
I guess,
But,
but like you don't fully like, I don't know,
Because
like
from what I know, my dad was the coolest guy. Seriously. I think from what I know, my dad was like the coolest guy in high school. He was like really one of them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so it would be cool to go back and see like what his personality is now.
Like imagine a vlog from your dad in high school.
Would be crazy. I feel like I don't know what he would be like, but I think
See, that's what I'm saying is like you don't know.
Yeah. I feel like he probably was more outgoing back then. I think like now he's sort of like a little bit more calm, just kind of like to himself.
Yeah.
But I feel like maybe back then he was like a little bit more outgoing.
I don't know. They were talking about it and I was like, whoa, wait. Like even this, like being on the internet or like, I don't know. Like obviously like I could tell my kids stories, but then it's like, holy frick, they could see video footage of like the stuff I'm talking about.
That just brings a good point.
Huh.
Because I found one of the craziest things on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
To me,
it was cool.
Okay.
It is cool.
I found one of the craziest things on YouTube. And I've just been obsessed with it probably like for the past couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
There's people that are editing old video footage and making it a higher quality. So a higher frame rate, adding color in, and just like uploading them to YouTube in like a 4K quality, right? And so you get a glimpse in like, okay, there's a video on Market Street in San Francisco, right? At a high quality, and it's just somebody, maybe they're like, they set the camera up on a trolley.
Mm-hmm.
And this is in like, I think this one was in 1906, right? And they set the camera up on a trolley.
A year
and
before
then
you were born. You mentioned you being 30. I usually don't make those jokes, but you mentioned you being 30, and now I can't thinking
not
of it.
130. So 1906. They set up a camera on a trolley or something and just drive down Market Street, right?
Yeah.
And it is so crazy to me to see this and go, this is not a movie set right here. This is like actually a moment in time that was for real in a street that I've drove down before. You know,
hundreds of times.
Yeah, and so it's like to see like the way that people dress, or like a lot of these videos you'll see people walking by and start looking at the camera. They're looking at this camera like it's something from the future. Like maybe cameras were sort of like a new thing at this time, right?
I feel like it's almost crazy because when you're watching a movie, it's like you understand that people used to dress like that and you get it, but then you're like, okay, they're acting.
And you don't ever really, because we don't have like we're talking about, we don't have no video really of any of that.
Yeah, but then you see it and you're like, wait, all those people are real people.
This
like,
is a real thing. Like they really did look like
that was actually that person's hat.
Oh man, I don't know. I can't stop watching them. Like there's videos from like New York. I've seen Los Angeles where, I mean, they do this with all different types of videos, like some from the 50s, 60s, but like the ones that really trip me out are the ones from like 1906, right? Like early 1900s.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy to see like the cars that they were driving and how,
or just the way just people moved.
The world was, right? And it was really cool though. Like at those guys started fighting, right? At the end of the video, it gets to the ferry building, which is still the same exact ferry building that's there today. And so it's like, I don't know. It's trippy to see it. Yeah, I feel like, you know, I always see the comment on these videos that say this is the closest thing that we have to time traveling. And that's really what it feels like. Almost like you're looking through a glass, you know, or a window into 1906 for real. It's something about how they edit the video though. because you've seen like old videos before, right?
Yeah.
But the way they're able to do this with like the higher frame rate and stuff makes it look like closer to the videos we have now. You know what I mean? And it is a trip though. But I haven't been like, I'll go and find new ones every day. I can just get on there, and then it trips me out.
If you can't get a hold of Miles,
that's where I'll be at. Wait, my bad. Before you move on, it makes me want to go and make my own video now. Like I should take my camera, one of these, and go and set up like on the street somewhere and just film like what a day is like in Los Angeles Valley. Just like upload people driving by, like what the cars look like.
And just hope that a random person who's really good at editing videos finds it one day.
100 years from now, somebody might pick it up and be able to. I mean, because what would video be like 100 years from now? It's gonna be different.
What can get higher quality than
what it is right now?
Because it's like our eyes are the highest quality, right?
Yeah.
I guess so. It's like
maybe it's 3D.
HD is 4D. Super. That seems crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my god, yeah, 4D.
I'll do it. I'm gonna go. I'll take some video.
Film like a sprinkler, because the 4D would be like stuff,
and it could like spray them. Hey, that's a really good idea actually to think about. Like to think what kind of quality they're gonna try to upgrade it to, and film some stuff that would help that. You know what I mean? That's a good idea.
That's crazy. That's a good idea. Yeah. Okay. This is a really good segue, and I'm gonna point it out because I thought about it in my head.
Okay, transition now.
Okay, so talking about just life being insane and like video stuff. You watched a movie.
I did. Yeah.
And
twice.
Yeah, the second time I went because Kenzie told me about the video.
Yeah.
And I'm glad she told me what she did tell me, because she just told me like, because I asked because she was telling me, oh, I'm about to watch the movie, and I was like, oh, what it's about? I never heard about it. And then she was just like, this guy just realizes, and this doesn't give anything away, realizes he's the background in a music video.
In a video game.
In a video game, yeah. And so in my head, I was like, that sounds really cool, but I think can we say spoiler alerts? I think what it comes around to.
Yeah, I mean, so you're gonna say spoiler alert if you're gonna tell a story.
Well, I'm not yet. No, I'm not yet. But I think what it comes around to is so much more bigger. Like even like the love story part in it, and like the whole thing. But I don't know. Leaving the movie just made me like be like.
Oh, so you felt that too? I thought I'm a weirdo. I am a weirdo. Yeah. That was only just like, you know what? Yeah, they're right.
Okay, maybe not they're right, but like but like just questioning stuff, or like. It just, even if you're not literally questioning it, just to be like, holy crap, like, I don't know. And
say this, because it's not really like a spoiler, right? The idea of the story is that a guy realizes that he's a background. He's not even a player in the game.
Yeah.
He's not even a main player. He's like, he realizes that he's a background character that is just there to, you know, set the scene of the video game, right?
He's living the same day like over and over and over.
Right. So the other thing, like, I mean, people have thought this theory also of like life being a simulation, right? But I was thinking, like, wouldn't it be crazy if somebody like right now in our world created a game or something with characters in it, they were able to think for themselves and like grow, like, you know, almost like a little ant farm, right? And like you kind of can see what tunnels they make and just get to watch them develop. What if somebody did that right now, like with a video game?
Yeah, so basically, this isn't spoiler alert, but
just say spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
I guess the movie's called Free Guy. Also, we didn't say that.
Okay, yes, the movie's called Free Guy.
So spoiler alert if you want to watch it. It's not even whatever. Anyway, another like point to the movie is that he's an AI character, so it's basically like saying like we're giving a robot technically like and it's developing like feelings and stuff like that. That scares me so bad.
Okay.
That terrifies me. Like when y'all started talking about it on the way back, I was like, holy brick. Like if that actually happens, I hope it's past my time. Like
as far as like maybe like robots or something.
Like no, like not robots, because certainly we have like robots now.
But even if it was in a video game and it was just like nothing was actually real. Right, and somebody created a video game where it's just characters, like you log in
Just
and you can just
AI
watch on a
creating
video.
feelings? That seems so scary.
It does actually.
Is that even
'Cause, like, it's like you're
possible?
creating like a new life or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be really scary.
But like, is that
But
even
it'd be
possible?
interesting. Like,
Yeah.
Because what would they do? Would they find love and be kind? Would one of them be
That was
evil?
a-
You know what I mean?
Okay, this is a spoiler alert.
Oh no.
But
Close
that was the really great part in. So basically, it was like, okay, these two people created the video game. I'm literally telling the whole plot.
Yeah, nah, don't do it. Don't do it. Just go watch Free Guy.
So
Definitely
not
go check it
spoiler
out.
alert. But I liked that. What I really liked about the movie is that it had so many different like pockets of points, I guess, if that makes any sense. Like it's like the love story pocket, and then it's like the AI having feelings pocket, and then it's like, oh, like him realizing, like, so basically like he was the main character in. It's like there wasn't a main character because it was kind of that, and then it was kind of the two, like the two boy and the girl.
You're gonna have to go and watch it.
Oh my
Free
God,
Guy.
it's just a crazy
the
movie.
The other great part of the movie is this song called "Fantasy" by Mariah Carey.
Yeah, shout out my mom because she was in love with Mariah Carey.
Was
so-
she?
Yeah, so I literally know a lot of Mariah.
Did your mom have a perm in the 80s? Your mom had a perm, huh?
What is it like? Okay, so the thing is like perm now to me
Okay.
is like a lot of like I don't think I have the same correlation to perm and what that looks like
Okay.
because a lot like do you know Jack Avery from Why Don't We? Like he gets a perm, and that's not what we're talking about here.
I'm not too familiar, but I am familiar with Why Don't We?
You don't know
But
who Jack Avery
I
is?
couldn't tell you which one Jack is.
Well,
I'm just gonna search 80s perm.
it's just like the curly, like bigger.
Yeah, look.
Mom, would you consider your hair that?
I
Or
feel
was
like
it
my
just
mom had a
curly?
perm too.
Yeah.
But is your mom's hair naturally curly?
I think she makes it that way. I don't know. I think I get my curly hair from my like dad.
Okay.
And
What
I
about
even don't know
okay,
that.
so yeah, Mariah Carey. Sorry. I started thinking about perms in the 80s. She's got a great song that they incorporate really well in the movie. It's called Fantasy, and I probably played it every day since I've watched it. I wake up in the morning, I thank God. I feel blessed. For
With a
some
capital
reason,
G.
I think that I feel like I've mentioned this before on the podcast. I'm gonna say it again. For some reason, the past couple of days, past week, I've just been more thankful, just more appreciative of what's
Mhm.
going on, right? And just waking up, feeling very blessed, and I'll thank God, and I'll turn on Fantasy by Mariah Carey, and it just really gets my day started
Kickstarts
right
your
now.
day, yeah.
Seriously, I'm really enjoying it. It's cool that you could find a new song that's from the 80s, or maybe that song came out in the 90s, but like an old song
Probably the
could be
90s.
brand new to a lot of people, especially like with the way the streaming is set up now. Like a old song could be brand new and go crazy again right now, just like it did maybe when the first time it came out.
Yeah. Just the rebirth of a song is crazy too. Like, oh my God, I always say her name wrong, and she's
Oh no.
Lizzo.
Yeah.
Okay, I think because I'm so used to saying like Liza,
Okay.
so I say Lizzo.
You want to say Lizzo?
Lizzo.
Yeah, Lizzo.
How her song wasn't big until it was in a movie. So it was
Yeah.
out for like a few years, and then it got in the movie, and then blew up and was one of the biggest songs that year.
Turned up.
Like that's crazy. So I don't know. Mariah Carey always be getting her bag. Like
Mhm.
Obsessed randomly went up on TikTok when TikTok was first coming out. That was one of the first TikTok dances.
And she was getting streams from it and everything too, which
Yeah.
was cool.
And then that song, and she just be doing stuff because she obviously like doesn't perform and stuff like that anymore. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't think her vocals are like that anymore. But
Debatable.
yeah, she's always getting her bag. I love her.
Hey, speaking of bags, you got a new bag.
I got a new bag.
got
Oh,
a
my
Peaches
Justin
bag.
Bieber bag.
Yeah,
My
it
what?
came through. Your peaches?
Finally.
Bad peaches.
I've been huh?
What's up?
What? I've been waiting for that bag for so long, and a hat. I
He
got
did
a
a little
Peaches
Peaches
hat.
bundle. Yeah, I thought that was so funny that they had a fight night. That's the other thing that was big that happened this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Jake Paul fought Tyron Woodley.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny that they had a fight night and we had a fight night, and we didn't cross paths, all of us together.
Huh?
You know what I mean? Us and Justin Bieber.
Oh yeah, because listen, y'all. Justin Bieber didn't invite us to his fight night.
It's gone.
I thought you were saying me and you were physically fighting.
Jake Paul fought Tyron Woodley.
I would win.
His first fight that went all 8 rounds, that went to the scorecard, and I thought he did well. I thought he would be more tired in the middle, but I think his training really came through, and I think he was still throwing some pretty hard punches, like even at the end of the fight, and he for sure got rocked, which was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely wanted to see all of his fights before this, he's getting a knockout in the first round, second round, right? So he hasn't even really got in or got hit that hard, I don't think.
Or even tired out, kind of.
Yeah, and so 2 things I wanted to see: it go a little bit longer, and I wanted to see him get hit really hard.
Yeah.
And both of those things happened.
Yeah.
Right? I think it was scored fairly. He did say that he's going to retire from boxing.
Yeah. I wonder if the tattoo ever happened.
I probably didn't. If it did, it would have got posted for sure. It would have been everywhere. But yeah, so hey, good for him. I think it's cool that he could make it exciting like that. It's crazy to see something like Jake Paul on an outlet like Showtime.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And to see it like that official was pretty cool.
I think it's cool to see any social media influencer
just
do something
go crazy.
Big.
Yeah. You're not a hater like a lot of people are.
No, I hate that so much.
You're a hater of the haters.
Yeah, yes. I don't know. I seen people, and this, I was getting, even my friends were saying stuff about me saying this, but the Met Gala, I understand. I get it. It's very, what would you call it? High
fashion.
Yeah, and I understand that maybe Charli D'Amelio doesn't fit that, but I think it's that's literally why, and why especially someone like Bretman Rock, because they were saying the holistic influencer should have been there, but oh my god, sorry, I just guessed. So, no, I think that Bretman Rock definitely deserves a spot, but even the people that don't, I don't understand why it's such a big issue. People were like, oh my god, what are they gonna show up wearing? It's exactly, we could figure it out, and I don't know, I think it's a win for social media people or just whatever, because people make such a big deal about oh, why don't we give YouTubers are technically celebrities as well because they have almost sometimes more following than these normal celebrities or whatever, and they could bring such a impact to a lot of things if they talk about anything or anything. So why don't we give them the same respect? But then when it comes to the Met Gala, I was seeing so many tweets just bagging on them for getting invited. It's wait, that's not even
I'm not too familiar with what the Met Gala is. I know that there's a carpet involved and there's a lot of cool clothes.
Yes, okay? It's just big celebrities dressing really nice.
And do they just walk a carpet, or is there an event?
Yeah, it's a whole event.
But is there a place where they all go and sit down?
Yeah, and there's a theme.
And what do they do when they sit down?
I don't know. I've never watched it.
Oh, it's on television?
Yeah,
it's broadcast. I
don't even know, but I'm just.
All we know is there's a carpet involved and it's a lot of cool clothes.
Yes,
a lot of high fashion.
I'm just
cool
saying
clothes.
that why does it matter so much? Why does everyone have an opinion?
I guess it doesn't matter anyways, but is there a reason why, does Met Gala, are they somewhere, is it hey, we only invite A-list celebrities, and then this is how it's been from the very beginning? Did it say that somewhere?
I don't know.
That we missed? That was
But even then, it's no one said anything when Shawn Mendes was invited.
I mean, he's really him right now.
Yeah, I know, but he's what came from social media. I'm just saying that.
But okay, he's different now.
But I'm saying the transition, no one's giving any of these people opportunities to transition.
I mean, yeah, maybe when the transition happens, right? But
why do we do that?
I don't know, but I'm not even saying it's a bad thing. Okay, yeah, for some reason, like there's like this kind of celebrity over on this side that's like in movies or music, right? And then a TikToker, YouTuber that's like super popular on this side. It's like there's a different way, right? Maybe one is more like not respected, but like
Yeah, no, respected.
or it's more like the shock value or I don't know.
It's respect. It's like YouTubers don't get the same respect
As
as
like,
as a movie star.
but and maybe it'll always be like that. And it's like at the same time though, David Dobrik is a huge YouTuber and is going crazy.
Yes,
like he's
but
doing his thing, right?
yes.
Do you think that maybe he does get sad about, like, does he miss out on an invite because he's not a real quote unquote celebrity? Do you think that you would get sad about that?
I don't think David Dobrik.
Because he's different, right?
But also it's like David and even Liza, like they're transitioning though. Like it's like he's doing what, Shark Week?
And see, that's what's cool is like,
But that's why aren't we just celebrating those? Like
the collaboration.
why are we
of it.
we celebrate like I never saw people hating on Liza for doing all her like actual like TV stuff. I never saw people bagging on David for doing Shark Week. I never saw people bag on someone for having.
I know what it is. It's TikTokers. People don't like TikTokers because this is like the quote unquote
They have no talent.
the easiest way to become famous, right?
But even if like what, like okay, like
hey,
like,
I don't understand. I don't understand it either. I think a lot of this stuff, like I've never really been upset about either. Like somebody having a song go viral, or
like, why are we gonna be
it's like,
upset?
hey,
Yeah.
go crazy.
Like even if it's not good, like why does it? I don't know. I don't get the whole. Like it's a jealousy thing, right?
I think it has to be.
Like there's
right?
someone we know that Isaac. Actually, no, I'm calling him out. Isaac. Isaac. Me and him had multiple conversations about TikTokers and Charlie D'Amelio, to be exact. And it's like, how old is Isaac? And he's hating on this at the time 15 to 16-year-old girl who didn't ask. It's not like she woke up one day and was like, yeah, I want this life, I'm gonna become famous. She was doing TikTok dances, and I kept trying to say how she's actually a real dancer and she's actually good. Like even she'll post like actual dancing, like if that's what you want to call like the like she looks like a little ballerina. She's good. Like
go crazy.
I don't know. I don't even like.
But hey, what if they didn't have
no
any talent?
Then what? Like okay, like then like
it.
I would still rather like say like if I actually had a kid and she grew up and she's gonna either do look up to someone that has talent but is doing explicit stuff versus Charlie D'Amelio, I would pick Charlie D'Amelio.
I'm pretty confused on the hate. Also, I think that it's got to come from a jealousy thing, because it's like, damn, you barely did anything, and now you're going crazy.
You're a millionaire.
And like,
yeah.
I'm doing so much, and I'm this much of where you're at, right?
Yeah.
It's got to come from there, and I guess like I understand it, but like all that I think I could say is like, to anybody who's, I think I could understand it. That it is, I think I do understand. And I think what I could say is that everybody has their own paths, right? It's always going to make ourselves feel bad and like maybe upset when you see a friend or a TikToker go so much further than you in a different amount of time. But like, I really do believe that doesn't mean it can take away from you reaching your destination also.
Can I request something?
Go ahead and request something.
To end the podcast, I want you to reiterate your little analogy thingy. Do you remember what it was?
Barely. I'll try my best to say it. So I'm in church 2019, and this was something that the pastor was talking about, and I've said this on Nico Blitz's podcast before.
Shout out.
But it is about somebody going into a restaurant and they sit down and they order their food with the waiter. Another family comes in and sits down, and they order their food with the waiter. Their food comes out first, and I could barely remember, but he's kind of confused. The guy, he ordered his food first, and maybe he's kind of tripping a little bit, like, where's my order at? Like, I've been sitting here waiting for it, and the waiter comes out a lot, maybe a little bit more time after, and he sets the food down, and man, nah, I didn't say it. I should have listened to it. You put me on the spot. I was putting me on the spot because there's a bar in it that's like hard, and you got to hit it right in it because it hits different. But he pretty much said something like, just because somebody's food came out earlier, that's how long that it's supposed to take that long to come out. But your order might be a little bit more special.
Yeah.
And it might take a little bit more time.
Yeah.
It might need a little bit more love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Before it gets to you. So just because somebody else got their food first doesn't mean yours isn't still on the way. Hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Be patient. Trust God that like your orders coming. Just trust that, he's got to prepare it in a certain way. You know what I mean? Because you wouldn't want it to come out too fast, right? Maybe it's too hot when it gets set down. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the little points. But yeah, I think just a good analogy for life, and just, knowing that it's still possible. No matter how many TikTokers get there before you, it's still possible for you. It does not take away from you reaching your goal.
Yeah. I think too, it's like, I have a friend that was going through a really rough patch, and like one thing after another, like car crash, ticket, then like just a lot of like bad thing after bad thing after bad thing after bad thing. And I was telling her, and I was like, I get that like this is gonna suck, and like it's gonna suck for a minute, but it's kind of like at the end of the day, you're learning so much more than anyone else. And like when I need someone to talk to about advice, I'm not gonna go to someone, or I'm like that hasn't been through stuff you've been through. And like even like when she got into the car crash, it was like I knew what to do because I've also gotten into a car crash. And so it was like I'm so glad I was the person there for her to help her and like calm her down too. And it was like, I don't know, I think that bad things end up in a good way sometimes, because you get so much experience and like experience and like just knowledge about life through it. Like I don't know, like the most wise people know what they know through experiences.
For sure. Good and bad, honestly. But I will end the podcast here today on something that I heard Pilo say one time.
Okay.
It might be worse at first, but it's going to get greater later.
Okay.
So we'll leave you with that. Thank you guys for holding on with us. Our longest podcast to date. Go ahead and drop the emoji. When we talk about Free Guy, EDM. Pizza. Wait, we talked about pizza?
Yeah,
a little bit of pizza.
What about like the prayer hands?
Prayer hands. Let's drop the prayer hands. If you guys made it to the very end, drop your prayer hands in the comments. Tweet us at TBH Felicia, at Miles Parrish. I actually just made a new film Instagram. If you guys want to follow that, also I'm gonna be posting some photos on there. It is 8267 Studio on Instagram.
Like that.
And yeah, you guys go on and have a wonderful rest of your weekend. You're very loved. We'll see you next week. Let's go. Yay.
Bye.